It is Friday night fights on the Squared Circle Digest, Rampage and Smackdown. We discuss both next, right here, Squared Circle Digest, Stanley Media House Network. Smackdown is in the books, and man, the ending. We're going to discuss that right now. It just ended. AJ Styles goes into Nick Aldis's office, says he has an announcement to make about his future. Going around, moping there at the end. He runs into LA Knight. LA Knight says, if what I hear is true, respect. Walks up to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes shakes his hand. He whispers something in his ear. Walking toward the ring. The Good Brothers right there at the curtain. He says, I need you guys out there for this. Go to the ring. He pours out his heart. Says maybe it's time for him to go from being phenomenal in the ring to being a phenomenal father. Lays it all out. Lays it on thick. He's got tears in his eyes, man. Then he says, Cody, when we were in the back, I whispered something in your ear. And what I whispered was, when I call you out, if you would please come to the ring. So will you please come to the ring? Cody Rhodes, let's go to the ring. Cody walks to the ring. They do their thing. They're going back and forth. He said, you may be the champ, but this is still the house that AJ Styles built. And now I want to hand over the keys. Do it all there. Him and Cody hug. They're doing saluting the crowd. The crowd is giving it to AJ. And then the clothesline. Then he starts pounding on Cody, throws him outside the ring. And meanwhile, the Good Brothers holding off the officials outside the ring. An awesome, awesome scene, man. And it is very reminiscent to the one that Mark Henry did with the salmon-colored jacket with John Cena, which started the Hall of Pain run, if I'm not mistaken. And again, this is something I believe AJ needed a shot in the arm. He had just lost to Cody. You get that feeling like he's missing something, and he started doubting himself. And then you got to go to the back of the line if you want it. He knows he doesn't have the time to go all the way to the back of the line to get a title shot. So what's the best way to do it? Make it personal, right? He just goes right after Cody. So I got to believe at Clash of the Castle, you're probably going to get now Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles one more time. And this one, I think, is going to be a little bit more personal. And it's going to be interesting to see what Good Brothers play into this. Because I feel like you have the Styles and the OC together now, whereas before they weren't. AJ was doing his thing. The Good Brothers were doing their thing. I don't know where Machine falls into all this, or Mia Yim, or however they're doing it now. Not sure where she falls into it. She just sent out a tweet saying, hey, I didn't get a hug. I didn't know anything about this. So does she get dropped? I don't know from this group or what's going on, but she'll have a fight with Nia Jax because they had a run-in, reminiscence to her and Jimmy Uso. Everybody cuts off Machine as she's talking. Interesting thing. Overall, I thought SmackDown was pretty damn good today. You had the Nia Jax crowning or coronation, whatever you want to call that, there with the Queen of the Ring. Bayley comes out. Piper Niven and Chelsea Green out. Piper Niven, I like what they're doing with her. I like what they're doing with their character. They're making her a legit contender for Bayley's title. And I believe that's what she should be. And now, again, they're making her that in the tag team match later on that night. She basically does all the work. Chelsea Green gets the pin, but Piper Niven did all the heavy lifting in that match. And I like the way they're doing the character, giving her the run right now for a title match. She deserves it. Piper Niven deserves it. From I can't even remember what was the damn thing she came in with. What was her? Oh my goodness, the gimmicks flip is I'm forgetting what it is right now. But Piper Niven deserves a title shot. She's not going to win it, but damn it, she deserves the opportunity to be in the main event or go for a title. Maybe not the main event, but to go for a title and be in the main title picture. She's good. Very good. It's going to be interesting to see how this builds up with her, Bayley. Does Nia's got the SummerSlam match already, so she kind of already said, I don't care who is the champion when it comes to me because I'm just going to annihilate them. So she's already laid out the warning to both. But I think this is a good contender for Bayley. And then also, it's giving a good rub for Piper. It's helping her out in her thing. And then you got Chelsea there on the outside doing her stuff, which is phenomenal. Sorry, AJ. Sorry. She does good stuff. All right. You also had DIY. Tommaso Ciampa defeats Austin Theory. There's a little bit of a ruffle going on now, possibly with Waller and Theory. Does Theory become a babyface? Waller said that Theory wasn't relevant until he's got back with him now. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes because ultimately it's going to be interesting also to see where DIY, I tweeted out, I said, DIY fits in the SmackDown title picture better than the Raw. To me, Raw's just got all the girth, man. You've got the Creed brothers. You got AOP. If you throw in Alpha Academy with Otis, you just got a lot of girth down there where DIY to me doesn't really fit in there. I mean, you got Miz and R-Truth, the champions, but ultimately I think one of the bigger teams is going to get it. And then DIY kind of falls out of the title picture there. I like them in SmackDown. You got Waller and Theory as the champions. And then now you've seen Tonga and Loa together, which that match with the Street Profits, fantastic. Fantastic match. I thought both tag teams brought it. You got a little bit to see what, Girls of Destiny, what they were called in IWGP. The Bloodline now, I guess, Loa and Tonga, you got to see a little bit of them. And they're starting to become more adapt in the WWE style a little bit. I liked the fact that match went back and forth. There were opportunities. The ending sequence was phenomenal. The blind tag into the frog splash as soon as he sprung up right into Tonga Tomba's finishing move. 1, 2, 3, pinfall, done. Overall, man, I thought SmackDown was real good tonight. Was pretty good. You advanced a lot of storylines. The Paul Heyman, Kevin Owens promo, again, just Heyman, just putting it all out there, man. The crowd chanting for Roman, and he says, "There's nobody that wants Roman here more than me." And then he's like, "I'm not trying to. Maybe I'm trying to save you, Kevin Owens." And he's spilling out all his guts, like nobody wants to listen to me. Da da da. Swings the microphone, accidentally hits KO. KO kind of goes at him a little bit. He ducks into the corner. Bloodline music hits. They come out. They fight. Solo and KO fight out of the ring area, and then they went into the tag team match with the Street Profits. But the KO and the Paul Heyman promo, very good. LA Knight, they started the story with him trying to find Logan Paul to challenge him for the United States Heavyweight Championship. Carmelo Hayes gets in there, messes up the name. LA Knight calls him out on it, and then Carmelo tweets out later on, fantastic. He's like, great, I messed up a name. Maybe I should go back to NXT. Just fantastic. He is him. I'll tell you that now. And look, I get he made the mistake on the name, but the sparring back and forth, the verbal sparring, fantastic. And LA Knight against Logan Paul, I believe that might be the SummerSlam match. Logan Paul did send out a response afterwards saying, "You want what I got? I'm the champ. I went on the date with my girl, and she's pregnant, and you'll never have what I have." And he started laughing. And again, I am here to see that match. I like it. I like that match. I'm looking at what they're kind of going toward Clash at the Castle or SummerSlam. So at Clash at the Castle, I think you're going to get Bayley against Piper. I think you'll get Cody and AJ. And I'm not sure what they're going to do with the Bloodline right now. I know it's going to be KO. KO and a partner. Do they bring back Randy? And maybe a mystery partner for them? And does Roman return before Clash of the Castle? I think he'll definitely return by SummerSlam. But they have put some, it's like another chapter now with the way Heyman and Solo, the interaction between them have added another chapter into this Bloodline storyline. And I'm happy for that. I like what they're doing there. Overall, I thought SmackDown was very good. Very good for what they needed to do. They needed to start getting the storylines going. You got Clash of the Castle coming up. You're also bleeding into Money in the Bank and then SummerSlam. So you still got another pay-per-view there. And it's going to be interesting, the Money in the Bank pay-per-view too, because now, before you head to SummerSlam, who wins the Money in the Banks? Who's going to have that contract to be able to cash it in whenever they want on the women's side and the men's side? Going to be a lot of interesting stories going on with the WWE, and man, I'm here for each and every one of them. I love the storytelling aspect of pro wrestling. I love it. I love it all. And you want to know something? AEW to me tonight on Rampage. I don't watch Rampage a lot. I did watch it tonight. It came on at 6:30 here on the East Coast. I tuned in. I watched it. They had a great first match, Penta against Takeshita for the AEW TNT title ladder match spot, which Takeshita wins. I liked what they did with Toni Storm, taking on a Viva Van, who is I'm guessing a indie performer over in the LA area. She got a good response from the crowd. She was very good in the match. Toni Storm got in her stuff, got in the titty slaps, and even got little butt ass to face there with the hip checks. It was very good. I like those style of matches for your champions. Those are the matches where I was saying, like with Swerve and them, you did it perfectly with Toni Storm on that match. And then you had Kyle O'Reilly also take on more of an enhancement talent. And you got him looking very good heading into the match with Will Ospreay tomorrow night. I thought they did a good job there. Rey Fenix and Isiah Kassidy ended the show. The only question that I would probably pose was, why didn't Penta and Takeshita, because of the reward of their match, or the stipulation with their match was the winner goes to AEW Forbidden Door in the TNT title ladder match, why wouldn't that match have been last? But Isiah and Phoenix had a great match. I thought all the matches were good on the Rampage for what they needed to be. And I thought the promos helped advance storylines. You got Saraya and Harley. Cameron came on and talked about her match with Mariah May. And I love the ending of it. If you get a chance, check out the clip. The last 5 seconds is gold to me. When she says, it won't be May anymore. And she's like, you're right. It'll be June. And she walks away and she's like, yeah, you're right. It's June. So it's gold the way they did it. It's gold the way they did it. I cannot even give it justice. But overall, man, I got to tell you, very good night of wrestling. Friday night fights, fantastic. Fantastic. I thought they all did their jobs on what they needed to do in progressing storylines on Rampage, going to Collision tomorrow night, and then also on SmackDown as the stories advance, heading to Clash of the Castle, further on into SummerSlam, or actually Money in the Bank first, then SummerSlam. So there's a lot going on. We will have a Collision recap tomorrow night. Until then, make sure you check out and please hit the subscribe button. Stanley Media House Network YouTube channel. Appreciate all the support. If you want to support, there's a Cash App and Venmo. But if you could just really support by hitting the subscription, share out, please. Share this. Get it out to the masses for me. Hit the like button. That's what I need. And I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm Sean Stanley. Don't forget, every Tuesday night, 7 p.m., we go live discussing the week that was pro wrestling from Wednesday till Tuesday. Myself and Frankie Fresco. So please tune in every Tuesday, 7 p.m. We go live on the Squared Circle Digest. Until next time, thank you all.